Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Wray's Garage, where today we will be doing the cabin air filter in a BMW i3. I think all years. This is a 2016 with range extender. Gonna show you what it should be quick and dirty, and I think it's, well, I know it was $12 landed for me, and all you're gonna need is your screwdriver, or if you're lazy like me, a drill, a T20, and the ability to see in the dark. So hold on tight, and we'll show you how it's done. So in this series, we're basically looking at the i3 and the maintenance items that go with it. In this particular case, it's the range extender model. There's very little maintenance needed, and the majority of it you can do, and I'm here to help empower you to do so. Today's, like I said, is a $12 landed. That's right, $12 for these two filters to show up at my house, and a little bit of effort versus a dealership, your time, waiting time, and anywhere from $100 to $200. And after you've seen this next couple of minutes, I suspect you won't want to spend that money and time. So I'm not much of an unboxing guy, but I'm going to unbox these filters and just show you how basic they are and what they'll tell you about what their job is if you hadn't figured it out. What these filters do is they live in the just behind the seats in here in the car, and the job is just to clean up the air as it comes into your cabin. Surprise, surprise, cabin air filter, so you don't get a bunch of junk and dust in there. I think annually is what I will do, living here in the desert with all the dust and junk that kicks up into the car. But from where you stand and where you are, you could probably stretch this out to 2 years, and frankly, most cars you go in won't even ever change this out, and they're living on dirty air. You will want to pay attention to this arrow here. This arrow will dictate the airflow, meaning this will be the front of the vehicle this way, and the air is blowing into your vehicle through your vents, and that's how you need to think of this arrow here. So let's get in the car, show you how it's done. IB1254C. I did buy this from filterheads.com, I want to say. I'll confirm that on the screen though. Step one here is to get your foot carpeting out of the way, just so it's easier to access everything up in here. So here's where all your mechanical skills will be required. You're going to need to remove this and this T20 screw, and you're going to probably get some pretty bad shadowing, unless I can come at a little better angle here. And let's get these out. You got to hit the middle of the hole though. That's one. Come on. And then just peel this out like this, and it's the whole unit all the way in here to the center console that's going to move out. Then you're going to MacGyver this, clip the yellow, green, and red wires, and the bomb won't go off and you'll have saved the world. Or, no, sorry, back to cabin filter, my bad. Just pull back on this carpeting here, and you'll see this little foam block, little wedge thing. It's got a nice little finger grabber right here to grab onto. So that should be good. Now I'm going to change your angle here so you can see where the housing is. You're going to have to forgive me if things get a little bit wobbly here. I'm going to have to hold the light by hand, so things could get a little shaky as I move around, but hopefully you can see this clip here. Just push that in and you'll see the door. So you just release the door and you have to pull the unit off. It looks like this. So very standard slip-on, click in setup here. And that's the only way really to be able to get these filters out of here. Let's see how bad they look. So here are the filters as they came out. They're pretty dusty, but nothing overly scary. Now, they're mounted one on top of the other, so now I have to reach in, tease this one upwards. Like that. Oh, okay. This one's definitely the heavier soiled of the two. And if I understood how the air was coming in, that might be more intuitive, but net, two filters, two came out. Pretty heavy, pretty dusty. I can see the dust accumulating on the carpet already. Let's get ready to get the new guys in. Just for in case you really have to go OEM, Denso makes the OEM. The fact that it's still OEM makes me think nobody's ever changed these, so these are probably 2.5 or more years old. The only last reminder as we put these back in, which is probably really logical to you, is just remember this arrow here pointing from the front of the vehicle, the frunk of the vehicle, and the airflow is coming this way into the cabin. Feel my forearm there, aren't you? So slide that one down at the bottom. Once that's seated, we'll put in number 2. Again, remember to check your arrow for directional purposes. I'm sure you'll do better with 2 hands than I do with one here. So that's in there, sitting flush. They're sitting on top of one another. We just got to replace the door, close it, and I'll show you as I button everything. Should put it in the right way. All buttoned up there. Remember to grab your little finger holder here. Drop this in. I'm sure this is something to do with noise mitigation. Sits right back there. Push the carpeting. So that was it. How easy was that, right? Maybe a little awkward getting in there with these sausage fingers, but besides that, you may not have the sausage finger affliction, then yeah, pretty easy going down there. A little sweaty work, because getting to that time of year here in Arizona where it gets a little sticky, sweaty, and miserable. But if you need any help, post something in the comments down below. Please feel free to like and subscribe if that suits you. And the other thing is, if you're checking in to see where I landed on the M3 E46 that had the coolant issues last week, that one is off the table, but I would like your opinions as it relates to a 135i and the E46 M3 if you had to choose. I'm thinking about turbos and the adjustability and the power output you can get from using turbos, and having never worked on one, I thought that would be kind of cool. So let me know what you think about that too. Anyway, in the meantime, be memorable, be well, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.